Hi, this is Carrie Rhoades with CarrieStamps.com, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Triangle Treat Box. This die comes in two pieces. We have this long piece that creates the main part of the box, and then you have this piece that you're going to use 2 times, so you cut 2 of these to make the sides of the boxes. And I'm going to show you a new way to use it, and that is to turn it on its side and create a fun party favor that looks like a piece of cake. Let's get stamping. Here is the new Triangle Treat die. It's found in the 2018-2019 Fun Stampers Journey catalog, and it is a 2-piece set. When you die cut these pieces, you're going to get this piece right here, and you can see that it's scored in 2 places, and you're going to use this piece 2 times so that you have an end, or they're really side pieces, okay? The sides will hook on here and here, and that will leave you with a box that looks like this. There's the end pieces, and they have the tabs so that you can put glue there or adhesive and hook this together. So this is how the box is intended. You squeeze it, put your treats in like that. I'm going to show you how to make this into a cake box. So I like to call this die Carrie's Cake Box. Okay, so I want to give you a little tip to start with, and that is die cutting this large piece. So I'm going to bring in my platinum die cut machine. Now this die cut machine is the one you want to use for this die because, as you can see, this die is fairly large. It's about 11 inches long. So you're going to use preferably a 12-inch piece of paper. But I am going to show you today that you can use this 11-inch standard size cardstock. You really just want to get, let me see if I can scoot this into the frame a little bit better for you. You're going to make sure and really check your placement. I like to get it all the way over to the side so I don't waste any cardstock. But you're going to have a little bit of these scallops on each side hanging over, and just try to make that even. And then you can go ahead and run that through your die cutting machine. We have a die cut piece that's fully cut with beautiful scallops, leaving you almost no waste on the paper. You can see there's the rest of the scallops there. So if you're really careful, you can die cut this from an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and then you have room to do your 2 end pieces. Okay, to turn my box into a piece of cake, I am using the same exact pieces, 1 of the long piece, 2 of the side piece, but we're going to have it open a little bit differently. We're going to need adhesive to put this together. You can use glue. You could also use white liner tape, also known as tear tape, for this. I prefer to use the glue because I find that over time the tear tape can separate a little bit. So you want to just fold your box on the score lines. The color of paper I'm using today is Dark Roast from Fun Stampers Journey, and fold on all the score lines of these side pieces. Okay, we're going to adhere this one first, just one at a time. It really doesn't actually matter which one is first, but that will become the bottom of the box. You're going to line up the edge of the box with that score line and center it between these 2 scored lines. And then you're just going to give that a second to dry. And even though the glue takes a little bit longer to dry, you're going to have a really good, strong bond that stands up to boxes that are being opened and closed. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to do the same thing with this side. Remember, you don't want to put too much glue because that glue is going to squish out. We don't want it to squish outside of our box. Okay, so that seems to be mostly dry. We're going to fold this up and line it up with the edge. And again, you're just going to have to show a little bit of patience and love to this box and let it adhere. And when you hold it for just a second, then I like to lay it down on my desk and use my crease tool inside the box and really rub that and burnish it into place. And you can also go back over this one and just make sure everything is nice and secure before you move on to the next. Okay, so now let's do this last one on this side. Okay, so you can see this box is coming together. If you were going to make it the traditional way, you would go ahead and do the same exact thing on this side with your second piece. But we're going to make ours into a piece of cake. So we're going to do different steps. We're going to glue just this piece right here. Okay, and that'll go right in like so. When you've got it lined up, go ahead and press it into place. And again, you can use the crease tool. Iron it back and forth, press it down. Okay, we're going to leave that like that. That's going to be the top of our cake box. And we're going to glue this side together. So what you need to do, this is really best with glue, I feel, is put a dot of glue on each of those scallops. Okay, so we've got a dot of glue on each one, and now we're going to come in and pinch and hold this together. You're going to just have to work a few at a time. So once you've given that enough time to dry, now you're able to shut your lid on your box, and this is going to fit in nice and tight. And there you have your piece of cake. Okay, this is the traditional way the box goes. And this is your piece of cake. So now we need to decorate it like it's a piece of cake. So I have 2 1/4 of an inch strips that I cut with my paper trimmer from Hazelnut Blend cardstock. So they're 1/4 of an inch by 11. And I'll show you 2 different ways you can put this on. So I'm going to take my glue and put a line down this, just part of it. I'm going to line up the edge with the edge of my box, and I want it to go right through the center of the second scallop. Okay, this also you're going to hold until it dries. Okay, then you're going to flip the box over, add a little bit more glue, fold this right over that scallop, and once you've got it straight, then you can press that into place. Now, as you can see here we have this extra piece. You can very easily wrap this around and have this is be the frosting on your cake, have it go all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this box. If you don't want it around the back, then feel free to just snip it off right there. We're going to repeat that with a second strip and do the same exact thing. Putting the glue on the strip, we're going to add our second layer of frosting. Let's finish this box up. Sometimes it helps to put your hand on the inside and press from both sides. And there we have our chocolate cake box. So we need to put some chocolate in it. Let's fill it up with some Hershey Kisses. And this makes a great party favor. It makes something cute to give to somebody who needs a little pick-me-up, something to give to somebody who's having a birthday. And let's go ahead and decorate the top. For the top of my cake, I want a little bit of whipped cream look. So I'm going to bring in one of the flowers from our media flowers. So when you purchase these from Fun Stamper's Journey, they come in a pack and they're called media flowers. These are the large ones and there's also medium ones. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue, put that right on the top of my box and just nestle that flower down in, and we have now the fun look of some whipping cream, something really cute on the top. And then we'll add a little sentiment. The one I chose is from the stamp set called Text Happy. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Hazelnut Blend. So it's the same color as that frosting we added. And it says, all you need is love, but a little chocolate here and there doesn't hurt. Isn't that cute? And then this is really long, so I'm going to go ahead and snip the end off. Maybe I'll make it a little bit of a flag on the end. And we can tuck it in there. So it's a little bit long, as you can see. This is just like a 3/4 of an inch scrap of paper that I happen to have. A little hot glue on the end. We'll tuck that in. And then we have our cute cake box. Quick and easy. And then once this hot glue is dry, you can use the flower to open and close the box. And there you have your chocolate. And it closes up really nice and stays in there tight because we've glued these down. Isn't that fun? All right, let me show you a couple other versions that I've made. Here I did the cake in Hazelnut Blend, and I used some decorative border pieces to add frosting to the top and used a bow, and that opens and closes my box. Here's one that I did a flower and a bow, and the stamp Let's Eat Cake. And on the sides I've used whipped cream cardstock, but I don't know if you can tell, I painted some sparkle silk over these pieces to give it a little bit of shimmer. And here I'll show you some party favors that I made for my daughter's upcoming unicorn birthday in some bright rainbow colors. Aren't they cute? All right, so if you would like to get your hands on the Carrie's Cake Box die, you can find that on my website, funstampersjourney.com/Carrie stamps. Search for the triangle treat box and you can make your own cake slices. If you'd like to know information about any of the stuff I've used here, you can find it in the description box below. Thank you so much for stamping with me. I will be back soon with another video. Happy stamping!